Come on. What is this? I was a cop for 32 years. I made every arrest that you can imagine. Collected evidence, interviewed hundreds of witnesses, and left no stone unturned. And guess what? You can do the same. When you find a spot, talk to the homeowner, neighbors, use Google Earth. Collect as many pictures as you can of that location and put the pieces of the puzzle together. That way you've got your facts. You've got everything you need to find some sweetness in the ground. So an acquaintance of mine hooked me up with this property. His name is Gary. This is his son, Gary, and I'm Gary. So this property is right over here where you can see. And Gary, give me a little history about what you know about this property.
Yeah, well, there was a house there in the 40s and 50s, and I think they tore it down and they put a mobile home in there in the late 70s.
Okay. And
then they just tore it down about a year ago.
So that house would have been old. I mean, if it was there that long, it probably, who knows how long it went back.
Yep.
And what about some of this property behind us?
That was all cattle property back there. 18 acres of it, and it was all, they all had run cows back there.
Okay. You think I'm going to find something good or what, man?
I sure hope you do, buddy.
All right, here we go, folks. Stand by. Okay, I just talked to the homeowner, and I'm here. We should find some really sweet finds here. And I'll tell you right off the bat, right behind me, I see this oak tree. And I can't wait. Stand by, and we're gonna find some really cool stuff. Here we go. Oh, I get some chickens right in front of me, man. Look at that. Pecking away. Awesome. Yeah, I can't. Getting a 10, 11. Let's check it out. First dig of the morning, folks. Here we go. Oh, so soft. That's nice. Nice and soft. Thank you. There it is. First find of the day. Old toothpaste or something. Let's see what, no cement in it. Let's look. Got no idea what that is. Hi. Hello. Hey, buddy. Are you gonna help me find this? Don't pee on it. All right, you get up underneath it. Come on, get over here. I'm gonna scare you with this. Oh, goodness. It's a token. Oops. Looked like I saw Palmolive, which I found these before. Yep, Palmolive. Probably a soap. Yep, Palmolive soap token. Now that is nice. That was in this hole up next to the tree. Looks like a place that we just sit and throw stuff, because I've been finding so much trash there. Getting a nice solid ring. I mean, it's music to my ears. Look at that. 22, solid. Now you want to move around just a little bit to see if it changes. Uh-oh, did it change on me? No, back to the 22, 21. Right there. We're gonna dig this one now. Right there. We are gonna dig it. Oh, I felt something in the hole. I'm not gonna dig anymore because I don't want to scratch whatever's down there.
It's right there. Oh, I see roundness. What is that? It looks like the lid off something. Huh. That's cool. Clean that little thing up. Very interesting. Coolness in the pocket. So getting a 13 here. Dig that. There's a signal here. It's deep. Sounds really deep there. Well, let's dig the easy one first, and then we'll go back to the deep one. $19.64. Right here I'm getting another 13. That sounds like a nickel. Hear that steady? 13. Oh my God, so many roots. Let's see what we got. Stand by. So, we're getting a big target up under this root. I gotta go back and cut this thing. If I have to, I could probably cut that with a spade. Although I do have a little saw. It's another root. Oh my goodness. There's these freaking leaves. There's a towel. I hope this ain't an animal, like a dog tag. See how big it is. I don't want to dig up no Mr. Bones. It's stuck on a root. There's a root. I gotta get up close. Surely that's not one. Let's check it out. What is this? I gotta get up. Here. There's an old homeowner. This is awesome, folks. This is so cool. In Root City. Oh! Come on! There's 2 nickels. Looks burnt. $64. That was the other one I found on the ground. $64. Come on, what is this? Oh, this, somebody lost this or hid this as a kid. This is, I'm gonna clean this. I almost don't want to touch it until I get home. I freaking what that is. Well, let's just do this. Who can detect and not know what's in here? Well, let's see what we got. Golly, I've never quite found something like this. So let's make sure we can see. So we know we got 2 nickels. Are these all 64? 1941. Now we're getting there. 55. Can't read it. Let's see. What is this other stuff? Something rusted. Alright. Hey, that's cool, man. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then I found awesome find. That is sweet. Getting a lot of interference with these overhead wires, so I had to turn your sensitivity up and down, but you can see when I had it up on 20. Hear that chatter? You get that? Just crank it down some. But anyhow, I'm getting a hit right here. This is a good one. 36, 35. What in the world? Right here. Oh, it's an old fence. Dadgummit. See how that can fool you? Get an old fence in like that. Get your heart rate going. Oh, fold. Woo! If you remember one of my tips, stay hydrated. You can see I'm sweating my butt off. It's only 10:20. So it's time to go get a little Gatorade, take a quick break, and get back at it. Because there's more nectar in the ground I'm going to find. Stand by. Now we're up to some hard clay, using this White's Dig Master to get through it. I'll list it on the links. Check it out now. Just let me show you the signal here. It was a pretty good hit. And I was getting a 15. Pretty steady back and forth. There we go. Anyhow, I popped the clay loose. First time with a shovel. I didn't go in too deep. And I noticed right when this come loose, well, of course you can see it right here, and I haven't went any further. Looks like an old knife. Looks like an old knife that just come apart. But that is, yeah, that's a knife. This one on this end of it. Huh. Well, I'll get that cleaned up. Tell me a year. Okay, we're getting a solid 30 out of this hole, and I knocked it up into here. Let's take a look. See what we got. These power lines are driving me crazy. Something right here. Oh, there it is. Quarter. 1979, not that old. That was a 30. In the pocket. That's kind of cool. I was getting an 18, popped the dirt out with a shovel, first dig, and I saw this little orange thing. It looks fairly old, maybe a Tootsie. I'll have to look. I'm sure it's engraved on the bottom. Again, that's what I like, some kid playing with his toys out here in the front yard lost this. Okay, I want to show you this. I don't think it's a ring or anything great, but this is how you get all excited. This hole that I'm digging by the tree you just saw. Let me go down and show you what I see right now. So that's it. There's a root here. You can see this big old root. And there's something right here. Check it out. Let's check it out. Here we go. All right. Let's do it easy. Oh, it feels like it's bigger. Come on. Come on. God dang, that little edge got me all worked up. Well, I just dug this out of that hole. And it looks like an old coin. Oh, don't tell me it's a ring. Nope. Frickin' stinking beaver tail. If that thing didn't look like a ring. God. Old vintage pull top, 70s. Oop, I felt it. What is that? That's an old gas cap. Let's get a look. It is an old gas cap. Quality lock. You could probably look at it and identify it. It's kind of a cool piece. Interesting. So I'm using the Equinox 800 Park 2. Sensitivity I've got knocked down to 18, 19. I'm in the front yard. There's some power lines. I don't know if you can see them. And it's just making this thing chirp. So, working the free yard, I'm getting hit right here. All right, something's out here. There's a coin. It's a penny. Not a wheat, but golly. Huh, anyhow, we'll clean it up and get a date on it. Looks like 78. Got something else in the hole. That's why you always check it twice. We've talked about that several times. Oh, there it is. It's another penny. Oh, it's a wheat penny. Look at there. Oh, I have to get that cleaned up with a brush to get the date. Let's see what else is in here. That's cool. Huh. You got a Lincoln and a wheat in the same hole. Some type of a rusty bolt was in there. That's why the signal was acting funny. You get a little iron, you get the pennies, you get them depending on how they're laying, you're going to get different signals. So, I tell you, what an interesting hunt. That was a lot of fun. You know, that all started with me asking a coworker if he knew of any property I could check. And he said, yeah. His father had some property where a house had been out there in the 40s or 50s and got knocked down. And his father's name was Gary. My name's Gary. So I said, hey, that'd be a great connection. So he let me check his property. Then his son comes out and he introduces his son. That's right, his son's name was Gary too. How much weirder can he get? It was a lot of fun. Had some really interesting things. Probably the coolest thing I found was this little bag, cloth bag. It's got holes all in it, very delicate, and has roots growing through it, coming out all areas of it. Looks like it's maybe some of it had been burned, or I'm not real sure. I thought this was really deep, and it ended up being kind of a long ways into the tree, up under the oak tree by a big root. And when I brought this out, I took it over to a trash can, set it down, and when I started messing with it, two of these nickels come falling out. Man, I was excited. And one of the nickels, this one here was 1941. This thing had 8 nickels all around the same time frame. A couple of them were 1964. That was the most modern of the 8 nickels. Very interesting find. My guess is some kid playing around probably buried that or lost it. I think he buried it. I know that I buried treasure when I was a kid. 3 or 4 years ago, I found a bag of coins, exactly the same thing, but they were all pennies. I think there was like 70 that had been buried, very similar to this. So enough to get your heart going, man. I was excited. Another neat find was that token. Now, we all find tokens, very popular back in the day. I think I found a couple of these. I know I found one not too long ago. Palmolive soap. Probably 1930s era. This thing is in great shape as well. Very cool. These are highly collectible, a lot of fun to have. So folks,
If you're enjoying these videos, I always say this at the end, please take the time to hit that subscribe button. It's right there. Hit it. You also got to hit the little bell. That will notify you the next time I upload a video. And leave a comment, good or bad. I've been getting a lot of comments, and I'll get back, I guarantee you, on every single one. And speaking of comments, the first 5 people that comment on this video and tell me something that they liked or something that they thought was unusual about this video or that they didn't like, I don't really care. I just want to hear from you, are going to get a gift. Let me tell you about it. And the reason I'm doing this, look, we're right in the middle of this crisis in the nation. I understand some of you are out of a job, some of you got to stay at home, and it's very stressful. So I'm going to try to uplift your spirits just a little. Let's start out with this. This is the very first ever, I got these 2 weeks ago, COPTECH metal detecting decals, are 4 inches, high gloss, thick vinyl, will last a while, absolutely free. I got 5 of these I'm going to give out. And I got 5 decks of these Florida Cold Case Homicide first edition playing cards. These come out a while back, and they highlighted unsolved missing persons and homicides in the state of Florida. Highly collectible. You can get them all day long on eBay, between 20, 30, sometimes 40 bucks. They don't make the first edition anymore. So 5 of these, 5 of these. You'll get 1 of each. First 5 people to leave a comment, tell me something good, bad, something about the video. These are yours free, no charge whatsoever. I'll send them out right away to lift your spirits as they need be. And we are going to get over this, trust me. It won't be too much longer. Hang in there. I got some exciting news. The website is up and running. All you got to do is go to www.coptech81.com. Check out the website. A lot of cool information on it. A lot of you ask about the metal detector and some of the other equipment that I use. That is all listed on that website. A lot of additional information about myself if you want to know that as well. And a gallery of photographs as well as a way to contact me at the bottom of the website. Check it out. www.coptech81.com. Well, thanks for following Double G as always, and I'll see you on the next dig.